Here in the north, the Yaller horn is about to sound and send two teams to battle here at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Well, it's official. We reached the halfway point of the regular season. Still a lot of work left to do, though, as we're away in Week 9. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Let's go.
McCarthy starting off with a throw. Chased out to his right. Going deep right away. They connect on the deep shot. A pick up there of 33 yards. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly, you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
It's a 10-yard loss. Brings up 2nd and 20 at the 47-yard line.
Another try following the sack. This one falls incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Third and long for him here. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. That's their rookie from Notre Dame. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here's 2nd and 7. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he'll be across midfield and close to that 45 before going out. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. He'll throw it. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage, impressive. Taking their first possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. Caliber defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to make it any harder to get your rhythm and get your passing game going.
So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive, 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And down he goes. The Cowboy defense gets it done.
Brings up 2nd and 18 at the 38-yard line.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. He's on the move. His first throw is an interception. Pat Surtain has it. And the Cowboys take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for him.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked on a guy out, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up. This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Flush down now to his left. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he works it deeper into enemy territory past the 40. It's a 6-yard gain. They're going to have 4th and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense. A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Offense in the hurry up here.
A loss of 6 brings up 2nd and 16 at the 24-yard line.
Trying again following the sack. The pass falls incomplete, but was there a reason for it? We see a flag out there. Well, we knew it, Brock, and now they know it too. That one was on their defense. Throwing on 1st, it's McCarthy. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one goes for 31 yards and a 1st down when all is said and done.
You know, Kit, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
It's a loss of 8. Brings up 2nd and 18 at the 48-yard line.
Here we go, second and very long. They're on him again, and he goes down again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with third down.
This defense could not make a bigger statement out of the gate with this game. Man, the lead up to a ball game, trash talk. Right, things said in the paper, bulletin board material, whatever it is. This defense took something personal, Kate, and they are taking it out on this quarterback.
Here he is on third and long. He fires one deep down the right sideline. And they really went for it on third down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing fourth down. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that brings up fourth and long. The Vikings getting their punt team out. And this will be his first effort of the contest. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. That's taken on the 7. And he gets him what he can, but still pretty deep in their own territory starting out. Call that a 64-yard punt officially. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. Back to the well again. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
Only a solitary field goal, so... Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
This time it's a passing play. Has him on the quick hitter. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Lone back gets the handoff. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. They needed a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve third down and 4.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. And 4th and 4 coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Oh, he nearly coffin cornered that one, just a little too far, and it's out of the side of the end zone for a touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's McCarthy to throw. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. The tip definitely broke up that throw. And now it's second down.
Well, the pressure, boy, that sped that whole play up, didn't it? And it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurried throw almost ended up an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
Second and 10, McCarthy. He's got the hook up to Watkins. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Looking to throw, McCarthy. Jones reels it in. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Running back sent in motion. First and 10, here's McCarthy. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Working quickly here.
1 yard gain brings up second and 9 at the 39-yard line.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Hits him on the out route. And they'll bundle this up after a 40-yard gain. That was B.J. Ojulari on the stop.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Now it's McCarthy. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Cowboys have it as he records the first interception of his young career.
Well, that's now his second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Now a give left side. And he's able to drive up past the 40. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 41. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Throwing from the gun here. Wilson's got it. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Minneapolis. And it's the Cowboys, who have 1st and 10. Pass play coming here. He gets a lot behind one. Deep downfield. Touchdown, Dallas. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Now it's Will Reichert on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cowboys make it a 10-point ball game. The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Has it downfield working the left. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Man in motion out of the slot. Here's McCarthy, first and 10. He'll get this one to Watkins. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
A give to Bailey. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it. Vikings out of the hurry-up. Need everyone back to the line. McCarthy to throw it. Lockett isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That is now the 5th sack this offense has had to endure in the first half alone. We're on a double-digit pace here. And I'll tell you what, I know how these defensive coordinators work. They can feel the blood in the water. They are not going to stop getting after this quarterback until this offense can find a way to protect itself.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. They'll motion him out of the backfield. 3rd and goal for McCarthy. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete.
You know, down here in the red zone where there's a touchdown on the line, you really want to read the quarterback's eyes as a defender. Make sure you know where that throw is going and get in position to swat it away. That is well done.
So the Vikings sending out the field goal team here. This only a chip shot from the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Returning it from the 4. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Back-to-back carries here. And he could not break beyond the line. So that's how our half's going to end. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. Here's a return from the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the gun, here's a handoff. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Jalen Johnson with the stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Short pass brought in. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback goes man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
3rd and just 2 to go. Here's a throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Malone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. To throw here on first down. Escapes the pocket. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Cowboys first down. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know why baseball coaches are called managers, Kate? Because they got to manage a lot of situations. And I've realized over time and talking to them, they love taking a situation, a game moment, and making it a team topic. That play, that corner right there, I know this is a head football coach, not a head football manager, but he's going to take that play, he's going to illuminate it to his team and show the fearlessness of his corner making that tackle.
Offense to the line for second down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Buys time, rolling right. He takes it himself. And he's going to be out of bounds right along the 20.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right. And even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. They give it to him again. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. On the move, headed right. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Cowboys grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Record there to tack on the extra point. And the Cowboys double their lead to 14. The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. set, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock. And physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
McCarthy trying again on 2nd down. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Offense up to the line fast.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Throwing on 1st, it's McCarthy. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st, it's 2nd down. Back to the air, McCarthy. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And things just seem to keep snowballing for them. Now their special teams is involved. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now we're on the counter. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
All right, here we go, 2nd down. Pass play now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play. That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
He gets it away now from his own end zone. Looking up towards the dome. Can't bring it in clean. And he can't find anything as he goes out of bounds. Nothing on that return.
You know, I'm sure Coach would prefer he not flirt with disaster on the return. No additional damage is done, however. They're fortunate to get the ball back, and everyone can breathe a little sigh of relief.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Now they send their back in motion right. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. McCarthy throwing here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
7-yard loss brings up third down.
They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on third down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. Fourth down coming up. Minnesota lined up in punt formation. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. So this one sails over the sideline, and they'll spot it where a touchback would go at the 20-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. We'll have him gain about a handful there. From the secondary, Grant Delpit on the tackle. This is the end of the third. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Trying the right side. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
They're set up at the 35 now. Pass play on 1st and 10. He's on the move. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide to practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Olave with the catch. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win. Not a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Down the sideline inside the 30. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
Best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
Working inside the red zone. That's complete to Wilson. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
No run, ETN. It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Second and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. Stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. Can't manage even a yard on 2nd and goal, and they'll have 3rd and goal from the 5. Looking to the air here. Forced out to his right. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it. I think you could call this one now, Kate. His field goal makes it a 3-score game, and even the most improbable comeback attempts are going to have a hard time erasing that type of deficit here in the final quarter.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Oh no, they get him yet again! Talanoa Hufanga makes the play. And he makes the house call. It's a touchdown on the pick six. Defense getting in on the fun, Brock, with that fourth quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick six.
Yeah, you could feel some of the desperation of this offense, and when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always say to you, Kate, play fast but never in a hurry. You can't be rushed offensively because you can often be rushed into mistakes like that.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Trying again after the pick. McCarthy setting up the running back screen. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Offense in the hurry up here. First and 10. Here's McCarthy. He'll get this one to Adams. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And it's going to be second down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Second and 10, McCarthy. Chased out to his right. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. Big gain downfield. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings making the scoreboard look a touch better. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now, to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together. I've heard great receiver coaches say, watch your fingers wrap around the ball. You know, it's pretty clear he should have had that one, and he didn't get the job done. And 2 points, well, they're left on the table.
With time ticking away, they prepare for a must-get onside kick. And the Cowboys manage to recover the football. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point in the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
Tried getting it to Chris Olave. And we'll see what they do here on second down. Give now to the running back. And in a rarity today, he stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on third down.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Cowboys approaching win number 7 on the year. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Dumped off to his running back. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. This is reeled in by Wilson. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
My goodness, was that some kind of speed off the edge? There's only a handful of tackles in this league that have the lateral movement to stay in front of an end like that. It may be time for this quarterback to start mixing up his cadence, his count, certainly making sure this defensive end can't get off the way that he has.
Third and long for him here. It is caught left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that gives them 1st and goal. Running this one left. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. He couldn't get anything there, and now it's 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
Another chance at it on 2nd and goal, still from the 5. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Escapes the... And he will score! It's a Dallas touchdown! The Cowboys put up even more points in a win. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Mm-hmm. The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing. Trying to push it deep downfield. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it's second down coming up.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Second and 10 now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up. So the Cowboys come in and take this one on the road. Well, Brock, we knew they were confident in the